Oh my god, he just dropped the item. Wait a minute. You exhausted already? No. He will die. Yep, he died. Ah, crap! Game over! In the last devlog, we talked about the 3 Nusantara seasons. We are back in musim buah, the fruit seasons. I added 2 new crops for this, buah nangka, which is massive and heavy, and rambutan, which is light. I wrote a map plugin to help the workers out. If a nangka tree is too far away, the code is supposed to spawn the harvested fruit near the campfire. Instead, the logic spawned it directly underneath the campfire, completely invisible. So for the rambutan, I tried to fix the code. I told the system to spawn them closely to the campfire, but not exactly on it. The result, the game spawned them a few kilometers away. Flawless logic. Ship it. But here is the absolute best part. Even with my map plugin dropping the new fruits in another zip code, there is still forageable food right next to their camp. Do they eat it? Of course not. Some other faulty code completely broke their basic survival instincts. They just stand around, ignoring the food until Eve dropped dead and Adam starved. 33 days survive. Game over. If you notice the camera jumping around on its own earlier, there's a very good reason for that. I'm completely incapable of playing the game, clicking the UI, and panning the camera smoothly all at the same time. So, I built a background cinematic evaluator. It constantly scans the map and scores every worker based on exactly how interesting they are. A villager just wandering around gets a boring score of 1. But if someone is starving to death, hype drama. They score a 90. Someone frantically trying to ignite a dying campfire, a perfect 100. The camera calculates the highest score and smoothly stalks the disaster. I basically built my own documentary crew. But I didn't stop at the camera. Manual QA testing is exhausting, so I let the AI take over the actual gameplay too. By pressing F8, the director AI takes control. Every 2 seconds, it mathematically calculates our exact food, woods, and tinder deficit and dynamically assign the perfect survival job so I don't have to leave a finger. And it runs a flawless survival loop right up until fruit season hits. Remember that map bug where the rambutan spawned in another zip code? Well, I also hardcoded a massive 800 point priority override for harvesting it. Because that score is so ridiculously high, their AI completely ignores the perfectly good food right next to their camp. They log onto the distant rambutan, spend all day marching across the map to get it, and literally starve to death on the journey. Absolute genius! So the core of the musim buah update is officially done. We have massive jackfruits, seasonal transitions, and a fully automated god mode that mathematically guarantees my villagers will starve to death on a completely unnecessary hike. In the next update, fixing this autonomous AI pathfinding is at the top of the board. But I can't just fix their brain without making their life significantly worse. Because next time harvesting these fruits come with actual consequences. Foraging rambutan means rolling the dice against aggressive weaver ants. And chopping the massive nangka, it's going to coat their hands in sticky sap, completely tanking their work speed until I engineer a brand new bamboo water infrastructure just so they can wash their hands. But before I worry about engineering plumbing for these idiots, I just need to vent for a second. If I'm being completely honest, I could have just manually played the game to show you this update. But I was so stubborn about not wanting to click trees that I went down a messy rabbit hole. Ticket 98, building this devlog macro, took up most of my development time. I completely lost focus on the actual mechanics just so I could over-engineer a system to play the game for me. It is the ultimate developer trap. And the video production itself is a whole other beast right now. I recently transitioned from just dumping raw OBS footage to actually pre-recording audio takes and assembling everything in KDN Live. The quality is much better, but it eats up a terrifying amount of time that I would normally spend coding. Balancing the video production with the actual engineering is a massive grind, but honestly, that is why I love building this game. When you spend your time architecting straight push-based enterprise system in Angular, everything has to be perfectly reactive, scalable, and bulletproof. There is zero room for error. Game development is the exact opposite. It is total chaos. I get to write a massive custom architecture in Rust, only to watch my AI completely ignore it and starve to death because of hardcoded math error. It is exhausting, but it is a completely different kind of engineering that brings back the raw fun of programming. Anyway, rant over. I'm going to fix this AI. See you guys later.